My name is Jorge. I'm a PhD student, former PhD student from IMDEA Materials Institute in Madrid. My work's on functionally graded materials, which are a kind of family of materials in which we basically mix different metallic alloys and we study the material compatibility, and to do so we basically use a plethora of techniques and equipment that we have available here at the Institute. One of the good things about doing a PhD, at least here, is that each day, week, month could be different. So basically you would have stages in which I would be doing a lot of work in the lab, for example, or I will be doing some studies to be able to run some simulations, or even, for example, now writing or presenting things in Congress. So I'm doing presentations, writing, and all of the things that you have to do when you are publishing. So basically each day it's gonna be different. One of the main things that you will learn when doing a PhD is that you are very self-conscious of your work and your impact, and you're going to be very autonomous. Maybe in the first steps you will feel a bit lost at some point, but you will find yourself doing a lot of things and finding yourself in situations where you can basically solve a lot of problems by yourself. One of the things that I wasn't sure about doing a PhD or working in academia was what are the different career paths that you can take, and in my case I was pleasantly surprised. It's really cool that you can basically work in many different projects with different scopes. Depending on what you want, you're going to find something that you're going to enjoy. Of course, you can always collaborate with other people in other centers, and even in my case I was fortunate enough to go on an international stay in the US in my case, and I was able to learn a lot about other techniques and equipment that we don't have here. So I feel like apart from the transversal skills, there's also a lot of scientific benefits to doing your research here. You may think that you don't have enough knowledge of something, but the good thing about doing a PhD is that if you are eager to do it, you're going to learn so much, even not related to the technical subject that you are working on, but just from gathering around with a lot of people that know a bunch of things about science. It's definitely a journey. There's going to be specific stages that anyone can relate to, even at IMDEA or any other place. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but then in the end you will look back, and even when you see the newcomers, you will feel like, okay, I've been through that. So it's definitely a journey, and you have to make the most out of each stage of it. I do remember we had the pandemic and we have a lot of things going on at the same time, but I remember that I thought it was just going to be like another job. I didn't expect this was going to be the first day of probably one of the most important years of my life. A piece of advice I would definitely give to the newcomers is to, as I was saying before, enjoy the journey, because it's definitely going to be a journey. And even though it sounds a bit cliché, I do feel like each and every step of the process is worth it and is going to give you very valuable lessons. Do not hesitate to make the most out of the opportunity, because time flies, and even though I've been here for a bunch of time, I feel like there's always more things to do, more things to try, more things to fail, but also more things to I don't know, experience. Go for it, because you've probably made a really good decision. Is being very autonomous and very blah, blah. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting closer as I'm talking.
Yeah, that's it. Well, anyway.